What's up, everybody? This is Phil from Zaid Comics. I am the writer and co-creator of Magic Cop, which is live now on Indiegogo, and just one half of the two best-looking brothers in all of comics. And today, we are back with a comic review. We've been doing this series in reviewing The Mask from the 1990s, put out by Darkhorse, by John Arcudi and Doug Mackey. And it has been going really well. I hope you guys have been enjoying it. And we are doing actually the first issue of technically the first series of The Mask. They did this in the 90s, of course, and if you guys have not caught up to this point, this basically takes place where the last review left off. So go through and watch the Mask stories I put up there in video form. You could check out my channel. They're the first appearance of the Mask in Mayhem, and check those out because those are really cool. But we're getting into, once again, you could find all these in the Mask Omnibus, which you could pick up at your comic shop. You could order it at your comic shop or order it online. This is great. Here it is, beautiful cover here. The Mask classically ripping the flesh off of his face, revealing big head. And let's get right into it. Like I said, this takes place right after the last video, so the last issue 4 of Mayhem, which was a shocker to me, man. This comes out in August '91. Mask number 1. We have Kathy here. She is a little stressed out. She's basically bringing the Mask to Kellaway. Kellaway was the lead detective on the Big Head case, and she doesn't want the responsibility of having the Mask now. She's kind of freaked out of what happened. She didn't want Stanley to become this murderous person he did, so she basically put him down so he couldn't have the Mask because it had driven him mad. He was going to skip town. So she brings it to Kellaway, and he's like, whoa, this is what you have to give me, and he wants to put it on right away. And she's like, no, you can't put it on no matter what you do. So she leaves it with him so he could keep it safe. And what does he do? He's driving home. He has a broken arm, mind you, from the Big Head massacre of the police. So he's looking at it over dinner, and by George, he puts it on. And he feels great. It immediately heals up all his wounds. So this is really cool. This is showing that this comic can go in so many different directions. Like I said at the end of the last review, because Kathy had it on, it was the first time we've seen anyone besides Stanley wear the Mask. And so the Big Head could be anyone. And that was a great cliffhanger to leave it on where Kathy had the Mask on, because it implanted in the reader's head that this series can go anywhere. It could be put on a criminal mastermind. It could be put on a regular guy like Stanley. It could be put on a hot babe like Kathy. And now we're going to see how the Big Head interacts with Kellaway, how the Mask interacts with Kellaway, put on a police officer, and basically he's just trying to hurt himself, and everything gets fixed. We have this kind of like subplot here with the mob, the mafia, some criminals, and we're going to get this throughout the whole series. We're going to meet some criminals and actually meet a really, really, really big bad at the end of this series. But Kellaway's just going to try this Mask out for size. And the first thing is basically doing what anyone would do, is go fight crime in a wacky, Mask way, as you would. This is awesome. And, in this series, still pulling from this part of the Mask run, we have things from these stories that seep in to the 1993 movie. Like this right here, where the Mask is pulling out these two balloons, step right up, don't be shy, just like from the movie. And, was making a balloon, and then makes his favorite one, the Tommy gun. And look at this panel. So good. Doug is just killing it here. Great caricature work. And I implore you guys, if you're not familiar with the artist, go check him out and his new stuff that he's doing for DC. And he's been working for DC for a really long time. And just the difference in character that this guy draws, from The Mask, and now, he did awesome Lobo art for, I believe it was the the Blackest Night series. He did that cover with Lobo, and he has all the rings on it. I think maybe it was Brightest Day. But it's so cool to see the drastic difference in the art styles that this man can do. I would love to see Doug on a new good Mask book, and this is what it's all about right here when he's tearing his face off. And now this is the deliberate difference between now the comic The Mask, I Pledge Allegiance to the Mask now, and back then, because he makes this gruesome, he makes it cartoony, and the stuff they're doing now barely has the mask in it. It's not ultra violent. There's maybe one scene of action in it, and it's more realistic violence than it is a type of cartoony violence. So now we see Kellaway, his emotions go rampant, as we do with these people that have been wearing the mask and have become the big head killer. We've seen it with Stanley, and now we see it with Kellaway kind of taken over. And by the end of this first issue, we see that he kind of loves the mask, and he loves wearing it, and he has a drastic personality change. He's telling off his boss, and that is the end of that first issue, everybody. It is pretty great how it seamlessly just transitions from the Mayhem issue into this first issue of the Mask series they're going through, setting up a totally new character, ending it the last one with a bang, literal cliffhanger with the death of Stanley Ipkiss, and now we have a new protagonist where we're going to see this a lot throughout the decade that the Mask has a Darkhorse run in it, and I'm a little bit ahead on these issues, and it just keeps getting better and better and more fun. So stay tuned, because I think I'm going to keep doing this. If you guys like this video, please comment below. Let me know what you're thinking. What do you think about the Mask? How do you like this in color, as opposed to my previous videos when we were exploring the Mayhem series with the first stories of the Mask? That was actually in black and white. So now this is the first time we're actually looking at these colored ones, because this one was done in color. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you love the content we're throwing out here, and ring that bell for notifications so you know when we are going live. I have been Phil, and I will see you next time. Hey guys, have you heard of Magic Cop? This is the comic book that we're making at Zade Comics. It is live right now on Indiegogo. It is that Miami Vice feel mixed with monsters and magic. 88 pages, fully colored graphic novel. And be sure to pick up that ash can that comes with it. It's going to have a bunch of concept art and a 12-page pilot issue. So check it out. We're fully funded. That means if you back it, you're definitely going to get this book. And we're heading on for the stretch goals. So help us out to get there. Thanks, everybody. Did you guys know that Brandon Diaz, the artist of Magic Cop, has his very own Patreon page? You guys can head on over there and pledge for either $5 or $8 a month, and you get these beautiful digitally painted pictures by Brandon. He does one a week for all of his members. So head on over there, check it out.